In order to start the cardboard collage, I first just collected a bunch of different cardboard materials. Different kinds of cardboard are kind of different colors, so the more variety you have, the better off you'll be. And then I selected my base piece. If you want to use color cardboard, things like cereal boxes and boxes from the pantry or the recycling are really good for that because you can find different colors on those. So I got my base piece and I figured out what I wanted to do. A face is what I was going to focus on. And so I started cutting out and arranging the large pieces first. So the head shape, and I'm just kind of cutting out and figuring out what might work for the different um, bigger sections of the picture that I want to make. So when you make a collage, you start with the base piece first, so whatever you're going to glue everything onto, and then you want to start with the biggest shapes first. Then I kind of started messing around with how I was going to create the face parts, and along the way I was just kind of adjusting and making some changes to the shape of the cardboard. It was a lot of experimentation and just kind of playing around with the materials and things. On that nose piece, you can see I used a piece of corrugated cardboard, which is the thicker kind, and I was able to like peel one of the sides of it off, and so you get this kind of like texture, different texture. And then I decided I was going to use some blue colors with the tan that is the basic cardboard color, anyways. And then I kind of started playing around with all kinds of different pieces and just kind of started cutting them big first and then arranging them and trying them out to see what I wanted to do. I really liked these orange pumpkins with the blue eyes, and so I wanted to include a couple of those, so I cut those out to include those. And all along, I was just kind of playing around with the different pieces. I liked that piece for an eyebrow because it had like an interesting shape to it. Took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do with the hair, but I really liked these black and white barcodes, and I had a lot of them because I was using a lot of cardboard from foods out of the pantry. So I kind of started playing around with those. Obviously, this is an abstract collage. You could get a lot more detailed with it, but I wanted to keep it really fun and have just a little bit of color with the tans, and then just kind of stick with those specific colors, the blues and the orange and the tan and black and white. So I also figured out, like, from the different boxes that I had, there were lots of different colors of cardboard. That one is a little bit more gray, and I liked that it was a little bit of a different color, and so I decided to change out that side of the face so that it was a different color and contrasted with the other side of the face a little bit more. So now I'm just kind of refining my shapes. Where do I want to put everything? How do I want to arrange it? I cut a piece for the neck. I'm still kind of playing around with the hair to figure out what I want to do. I'm arranging a lot before I glue down. I'm not gluing anything down until I'm happy with the way that my collage is arranged. So now I'm going to start gluing down. I'm kind of adjusting the shapes as I go, and I'm ready to put glue and glue the big pieces down. So as I started gluing down, I just kept playing around with the shapes a little bit and adjusting it as I needed. And then I was happy with the way that it looked, so I went ahead and glued it. Remember to, with the school glue, you want to do kind of dot dot, not a lot. You don't want to just soak it in school glue because it will wrinkle your paper or your cardboard. And it doesn't take a whole lot of school glue to stick cardboard and paper together. So once I got the big pieces glued down, I went ahead and started arranging the shapes of the face again. I still wasn't happy with the hair, so I kept trying to arrange it in different ways. I liked the idea of using those kind of like barcode lines to kind of represent hair. But I ended up doing something a little bit different with it once I kind of started gluing things down. So it's really just a lot of arranging and playing with things and seeing where they feel like they look good to you. I tried the hair going in all different directions, different shapes. That was one of my favorite ones with the hair sticking up in the back. I think my hair's been doing that a lot recently, sticking up in the back. And I played around with the mouth. I wasn't sure what kind of shape I wanted it to be or what color I wanted it to be, so I was still kind of playing around with that. I got the eyes and the ears and the nose pretty quickly, but then I played around with the hair and the mouth a good bit. And then I decided, well, maybe I don't even need to use these barcodes for hair. Maybe I could try using some newspaper, because newspaper has a really nice color. You can cut out just pieces that are just have words all over them, and they're like a really nice kind of neutral, almost kind of gray cardboard color. And so I started playing around with that, and I actually liked that a lot better. And so I cut out just these really big organic shapes and pieced them together to make the hair. And I actually liked that because it didn't feel as busy as having all of the lines. Um, and then I decided I would use those barcode pieces and I would make some little details like eyelashes on the eyes and use it for making the mouth and things like that. So that's kind of what I ended up doing. And then once I got the hair the way that I wanted and the face parts all arranged, then I could glue everything down. I'm just putting like, not soaking it with glue, but doing kind of dot dot, not a lot, all the way around the edges and a few dots in the middle to make sure that it's going to stick down. And I also kind of figured out how to like kind of wrinkle the paper, the newspaper, so that it kind of made the hair look almost like wavy, which I liked a lot. So I kind of played around with that a little bit. This was really a fun project. It was just cool to be able to play around with the materials and see how it came together. So now I'm just kind of adding the finishing touches, the little details like the eyelashes and the mouth, figuring out how I want that arranged. And then I just went back and kind of pressed everything down really well to make sure it was stuck and added any additional glue under pieces that maybe needed a little bit more. The nose was the final piece that I glued down, and I'm really happy with how it came out. This is the final piece here. I really liked the way that it ended up. I liked the colors that I chose to use with the blue and the tans and black and white and orange. And yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I hope that you have fun with this.